Welcome back to Insomniac Live, and we're here as we die. You're probably not even seeing it yet. We just died on the TV, but we're fine. And my name is James Stevenson. I'm your host. This is our show where we play all sorts of different video games and have different Insomniacs come in here and talk about their jobs and talk about video games and all sorts of other cool stuff. So today we have two awesome guests. We have Mike Yosh and Lindsay Thompson, who are both animators here at Insomniac. And we're going to be picking up where we left off, or just right before where we left off, of Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, which is pretty fun because Mike used to work at Naughty Dog.
Yep.
But you didn't work on this game.
Nope.
So you'd never played this game until like last night when you played basically what we had played on the last episode of Insomniac Live, where Lindsay was here, and now we're picking up where you left off last night and where Lindsay and I left off a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
And I think that sums up everything that has happened to this point, or at least sums up the show.
Yeah.
And if you remember, we left off right after this death trap, but now we get to do it again.
But Mike died, so...
Right,
I did it in one quick try.
Okay, hold on, he's gonna... Swoop.
So, like, the key on these death traps is every time, go down,
back,
go down! Oh! Bugger.
Whoa. Oh, it just puts you right back into
Yeah, it didn't actually kill you. It just does, like, almost enough damage to kill you. I wonder if maybe on harder difficulties it's insta-death. So we are...
Crushing.
Yeah, so basically every 3 steps, every time you step on it cranks up the death trap, and so you can't be standing on one of the gold platforms.
So go, like, forward.
Yeah, go forward, right, and then right.
Go right.
You got it?
I think
Okay,
so.
alright, we won't walk you through it.
Now go left.
No. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Now go there. Okay, just
Yeah,
left.
you're good. Now you're good. That's the same route works. So go up, left, and you can go through now. You're clear.
Up, left.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's see. Someone said I was watching Punisher and then immediately stopped because I went live. Thanks for joining in. Hi, Lunic Master. Thank you. Portal Player Force says this game is awesome. I agree.
It is awesome.
Logan1194 says, hey guys. Hello.
Whoa.
Okay, so don't...
So pretty.
No,
Don't
just
fall.
looking.
Yeah, don't.
Just gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's really pretty.
It's beautiful. And we're playing on a PlayStation 4 Pro, in case that question comes up. But this is only 720p for streaming purposes. But still looks amazing. Remaster Resistance says, call me insane, but this is my favorite entry in the Uncharted series. It's a bold claim. That's where you just... Oh, no, here's the
It's so
second
far.
one.
Oh,
It is
here's a
awesome.
bigger death trap. Oh, boy. 3 statues, 2 different symbols now.
Yeah, one of those is for one of the things, and the other...
Oh, boy. Okay.
Uh,
So gold ones are in danger.
Yeah, if you stand on a gold one on the 3rd jump, so you
Okay.
have to go...
This is a real pattern you're going to have to figure out here.
I think you go straight, right? Oh, no, that one's
Ooh.
yeah, okay.
So you get 2.
No, yeah, and that one started up, so you can go straight now, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And now you can go to the left, because it comes straight down.
Right, okay.
Whew.
So I got that guy and
So
this
where does
guy
the
to deal
gold
with.
guy swipe at?
He has, like, the arc, or there's, like, ones that swipe straight down.
Okay.
So now you need to go straight again, and then you have to go back, I think, after.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
let
You
it
go
one
straight
more.
first. Oh, I was wrong. You need to go left, then up.
Okay.
My bad. My bad.
Uh-oh.
Remaster says, I didn't mean any offense, Mike. I love the other games, too.
Well, some of these used to.
Yeah, right after we tell you didn't work on it, you're like, oh yeah, that's my favorite one.
No, I'm sure this one's awesome too. It's been great so far.
What games did you work on? How long were you at Naughty Dog? What games did you work on while you were there?
I was there for over 10 years. I worked on Uncharted
everything
1, 2, a little bit of 3. I did previews on 3, and then we jumped on Last of Us right after Uncharted 2 for the most part. And then Left Behind, and Uncharted 4.
And now you're here working on Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Let's go right again.
Yeah.
What was your time at Naughty Dog like? I mean, you were obviously there for 10 years. You worked on a ton of amazing games.
Well, yeah, we had that, which was awesome. A lot of great people there. It was really fun to be part of I was there when the company was pretty small. I think it was like the 65th Naughty Dog or something like that. It's pretty small when we got there. And like when I left, we were in like the 230 range.
Right.
Or something like that. It's kind of a guess. I'm not sure exactly.
So definitely left here.
Big. It was a lot of fun.
And forward?
Yeah, forward because it has now swiped, and now you can go right and then
In case
up.
you guys can't tell, I'm really bad with puzzles.
There you go. And now you can turn left, and you're...
I think I can. Got it.
Chloe's going all little engine that could here. Jermaine B5 says a big hello from France. Good luck for the Spider-Man game, I think. GL for the Spider-Man game. Well, bonsoir to you, sir.
Bonsoir.
It's evening in Paris, or well, in France in general, not just Paris. So you may not be... There's much more to France than just Paris. I just have Paris on the brain since I was there a month ago.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, well,
Oh
one more
my-
death trap now with
I
4
swear I
giant
did get through
statues.
this.
Yeah.
I feel like I actually got through this in one shot, but I felt very
So
lucky.
let's keep an eye. Oh, now
okay,
they've
so-
reset.
And some of them have dual symbols because they get hit by...
Oh,
Oh, see, this one
turn.
goes around and hits every quarter turn.
Oh, right.
So
it spins.
I think you must have to go straight here. Okay,
Okay,
and
now
now you
go
need to go
back.
back
Go
because
back.
the
No,
yeah
he's
you
not
yeah,
This
go
guy's
back
gonna hit.
go back the one to right
Yeah,
ahead
this
of you is
guy's
gonna
gonna
swing
hit.
down. You need to go back one.
I think I was going to hit me.
And
Yeah,
he's gonna
okay,
turn.
now
Now
go-
go that way.
Now go straight.
Now I think you can. Yeah, that's actually probably pretty good.
I think you're safe on the next one.
Okay, now you could actually turn right.
Yep.
Oh God,
Can you? Oh god. Okay, we gotta remember this.
I think you can go left.
Hold on. Where's
Oh,
that
no,
guy gonna
I-
go?
oh, no,
That guy's
you
no,
gonna-
he's
wanted
gonna
to
swipe. So you want to
go
go back one.
Yeah. And then I can
Because that's a safe spot.
proceed.
Yeah, so you need to go back. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now you can go.
Now you can.
No, I think I can go straight.
Yeah, go straight.
No, go to the left, because why would you go? It's riskier. Oh no, you're probably right. Well, no, you're gonna have to go left at some point.
Uh oh.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't-
there's a safe spot to your. Maybe hit that one.
No, that won't work
Well,
because
let me
it's
see
gonna
where
trap you.
where he's
Actually,
gonna go.
Oh shoot! I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
yeah, you're trapped now.
Well, hold
Because if
on.
you jump back, you're gonna get hit.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I'm sorry.
Let me try.
Portal Player 4 says, "What's the release date for
I
Spider-Man?"
think
2018 is the release date for Spider-Man. Yeah, yeah. I was like, oh, we're going into a dead end there.
I want to blame the controller.
You're gonna blame the controller for the puzzle?
choices.
For choices. It's the controller's fault. We meant to go the other direction. A bunch of people talking about Avengers Infinity War. Did you guys all watch the trailer this morning? I was informed neither of these two people
We
on the
have not
couch
seen it yet.
have seen it.
I
So
think this controller's.
I heard about all the new hair.
everyone has new
Everyone
hair.
has a new haircut and or hair color.
I was joking that that's because they need to sell new toys of everybody. So I think if you want, you also could just go straight here.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Because you can go one more, and then you can turn left. So go
What's that
straight
guy
again.
doing?
That guy's gonna pop me.
No, he has to lift up first, I think.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yes.
Oh, we'll find out.
Yep, and
Yeah.
now you can go to the left.
Safe.
Okay, and now you can go right. And now you can jump straight and go right again. So straight, then right. Okay. So now go to your right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
There.
So now that...
Is that
Okay, you're cool. I think you can go there. You have to go there,
you have
right?
to go, or back, I guess.
Okay, let's...
should
I
watch
think you
it.
can go...
Oh wait, he's not looking.
No, wait.
He's not wound up.
You can go left and then forward, or would it be better to go right there,
Like left now.
like that one or that one? I don't know.
I think you want to go straight.
Straight that way.
I think.
Okay.
Okay, so
Ooh.
now you need to turn and go
I think
right.
you're good going.
No, wait, what's to your left? Make sure there's not a spot to your left. Because the spots before, yeah, go to your right. You got to go right.
Go
Because
right.
the spots in front and back of you are all going to get whacked. Oh, no, you needed to go back. That's what it was. That's my fault.
Jeez.
We almost had it.
We're so close. Okay, we can do this.
And people were saying the trailer is epic. Yeah, I agree with that. I thought it was really good. Seeing the Guardians at the end is definitely, and then seeing Spider-Man in his suit. He's in the Infinity War, or he's in the suit that you saw at the end of Homecoming. So go back now. Yep, go back one.
I worked on
And now you can go straight.
Avengers. The first Avengers movie.
Too.
Right, what were you animating? Were you doing Hulk?
All kinds of stuff. I worked at ILM, and so we did like whatever shots we were given. So I did Hulk, I did some Iron Man, I did some Thor digi-double, some villains, that little kind of floating mechanical fish thing that was, I don't know what the name
Good,
was
straight
called.
there, yep. And now to the right.
Yeah, I've done Hulk a couple times.
That's so cool.
He's a big angry baby.
Okay, I don't think Remastered Resistance, I don't think saying who's in the trailer is a spoiler, because everyone's in the trailer.
Oh.
Personally.
The controller's dying.
Uh-oh.
Is it dying?
No, it's just not being...
Or it won't let
Jump.
you just move, it
Yeah,
won't let
you have to
jump, yeah.
Oh, they took away the...
Okay, so wait, what did
So
we do
wait,
last
You
time?
used to have a mechanic of like, whoa, right when you get to the end.
So I think you want to go straight, actually, and then come back.
So go that way?
I think, because I don't think that guy can hit you. I think he only hits 3 squares. So I think if you go straight and now jump back a spot, now go jump back a spot, and go back where you just came from. And now you can go over left and out, I think.
We're going to find out.
Oh.
I think it's a 3 wind up. And now, oh, we got it. There you go.
Oh.
Sorry, we were so close last time.
Don't go back, don't go back.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, don't go back in
I
there.
was just looking to see what Nadine was doing.
Oh.
It's cool.
Not following me.
She just, yeah, she's like, I got your path. It's cool.
She was like, I'll see you on the other side.
Real quick, Eric Gomes 95, Fonzie 98, Kid 112233, Secret Agent Man 7, Para 94, Ollie G or Oli G. Thank you all for following. I appreciate that very much. If you haven't clicked that follow button, you can click it, get notified when we go live, and we've got another fun show on Friday. We're going to play some Assassin's Creed Origins, which is a game that I was not super excited about, and as I played it, I really, really enjoyed it. So,
Puzzles.
Oh, yeah,
this
these
is
are-
like, you're doing like all the stuff I love to do.
all the puzzles.
You want to do this? I like doing the
He's
shooting.
like, I don't want to do this.
He's like, I'll do the puzzles, you do the shooting.
I like killing
Okay.
people.
I'm like, can you shoot and I just do puzzles?
All right, we apparently didn't figure out our roles
Well, that's
properly
okay.
early here. So how'd you get into animation to start with, Wayne?
I wanted to do like special effects in movies and stuff, and I was always good at drawing. I went to comic book illustration school, way out of my league. Those guys were rock stars, and I was like stick figure guy in comparison. And then I went to animation school, Vancouver Film School, for like a crash course for a year. And when I moved back to Jersey, it was just like very few animation jobs there. I got a job at a video game company called Hypnotics because it was the only thing available. And I was a game nerd when I was a kid, played tons of games. So I was doing 2D there for a little while. I saw 2D was drying up, and I just went to my boss one day, Mike Taramican, and I asked him, I said, I want to do 3D. And the guy was cool enough to let me just learn on the job, which was difficult, but I got paid to learn by it, which was awesome. It's been ever since.
Cool.
Did you always know you wanted to be an animator when you were going to school, or how did you
No,
figure
I just
that
knew
out?
I wanted to do something creative in
I was the same way.
movies or something.
I wasn't
sure
yeah,
what.
I wasn't one of those kids that was like, I want to be an animator, that's it, from like age 10. You know, I went to school and I knew I wanted to do something creative, so I went to art school. But I kind of figured it out in school, and then I definitely, even though I had some animation training and I got very lucky to get a job out of school, I learned everything on the job. Like,
Yeah,
you really don't until you get thrown into the fire. Like,
it's true.
it's tough.
Yeah, you just got to jump in and do it.
Did you play a lot of games as a kid, or growing up?
Oh
into
yeah,
that point?
like I started with Nintendo. I didn't have an Atari. We weren't allowed to have video games when I was a kid. Oh, at least until I got into like the. I'm gonna date myself. I got a Nintendo when I was in like maybe like 6th grade or something like that. And like me and my best friend Jay, we used to just play. Like we had to go outside and play during the day, but like at night it was just all night long video games. And we used to challenge ourselves to try to like. Buy a video game and clear it before the morning.
Oh my god.
We often did. I mean, games weren't that long back then.
Yeah, they
Right.
weren't as
We
long.
did a lot.
But they were hard. If you
lot
go
of some
back,
of
you
them
go
were,
back and
sure.
play those Nintendo games. I mean, you have 3 lives and then that's it, and you got to start over.
Some of them. I mean, I played a lot of sports games too.
Oh.
So.
Man, I tried to play Mario again, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, old
so
school
hard.
Mario is not necessarily doesn't have its easy moments for sure.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was back then they used to think like, oh, Americans can't handle the hard games. So like Mario Brothers 2 never came out here, and they like reskinned a different game to give us a easier Mario Brothers 2, and now it's the exact opposite where like where usually games are easier in Japan than they are here. Like, we get the harder versions of games, or people expect us to play the harder versions, which I think is kind of funny that somehow flipped over the last like 30 years.
Let's head back to the car.
I'll play until there's shooting, and then
Then you're handing back over.
Yeah.
You're gonna drive the car though.
I'll drive the car poorly again.
I gotta love this. You have to press square.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you gotta use the.
I think it's square.
I think it's square. You gotta jack into the wall.
Damn it. I hope it doesn't make me go through that puzzle again.
No. I think there was a checkpoint after that one.
That's good.
So we've got a break coming up in a couple weeks. We close the studio. We're like American Airlines. No one works over Christmas, but for us it's intentional.
Okay.
I don't know. Do you guys see that story that American Airlines had a screw up in their like HR system, and it approved like every single pilot's time off for Christmas, so they have no pilots for Christmas now. For like the Christmas break.
They're not going back on it?
Oh yeah, they now are having to go and offer the pilot because of the union with the pilots. They now have to go offer the pilots like time and a half or like
so
extra
was it a
pay.
glitch, or did they accidentally just approve everyone's time off?
I don't know. They say it was a glitch in the system that approved everyone because
they wouldn't.
They would never actually do that. So something weird happened. But regardless, now they're having to like pay all their pilots to actually come in for Christmas, and the pilots will all do it because they'll get some extra money out of it, and they don't want the company to implode because
oh my god, that'd be terrible.
Because no one can fly and they have to ground all their flights. But still, it's kind of amusing. But we actually closed down for 3 weeks.
It's awesome.
Or just under 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks. I guess actually no. I think it's a
it's
full. I
about
think it
3
is a full. I think it is a
solid
full
weeks,
3
yeah.
weeks this
It's
year.
1 day shy,
Yeah, it's either 1 day shy or right on it. Usually, so.
Hey, just so you know.
One question I like to ask people, like, what are you going to do over your break? What are you going to play? Is there a stack of games, stuff you know you want to get to?
I would love to get around to video games, but I know I'm gonna.
Especially with everyone wanting
Why? I'm going to Michigan for about 2 weeks for the first half of the break, and then I'll be back in LA, and there could be some potential gaming going on, and it would be finishing Uncharted 4. So every time they're mentioning things, I'm like, wait a minute, I don't know, I didn't know those people survived the game, or but I'm playing anyways.
The only name I heard so far was Drake.
They did say the Drakes.
Oh, I think they. Oh no, it's right. Here's where she says. She says it right here.
She mentioned like Sam and. Should I go over this waterfall?
I got a lot of Horizon Zero Dawn. They're playing with my kids right now.
Oh yeah.
My daughters love it.
Oh, that's cool.
Big giant robot dinosaur things. I mean, what's not to love? It's a blast so far.
Wait, how do I
And then
back
they have
up
the
there?
DLC that just came out a couple weeks ago.
Yep, the Frozen.
We tried playing it, and
Yep.
it turns out if you start midway through, you don't know how to play that game because I did not do very well.
Oh yeah.
Lindsay put a good effort in, though, I will say.
I really
never having
enjoyed-
played it and then playing like real end game content, essentially like level 30 content in that game.
Yeah, like right out of the bat, we came out and there was this like intense enemy that like even Taryn, who's played that far, could barely beat. So,
It's not an easy game, but man, it's
Yeah.
fun.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
I actually need to find my copy is in here, and I don't know if I either misplaced it, which I don't think happened, or someone grabbed it
I
out of
see
here.
snipers.
Oh,
God,
that's
I
a
put you right
gunfight.
into the fire. Sorry.
You drove right into a fight.
Oh,
But I do want to finish the Frozen Wasteland and then actually finish the story in that game because I never actually finished it. I put like 40 some odd hours into it, but I have not finished
Yeah, I
it.
would love to start it from the beginning and kind of get all the tutorials on gameplay and traps and all that stuff because I just didn't know what was going on.
Coming from.
Yeah, you can get it real cheap, like $15-20 too for.
That's cool. Is
It's been on sale a
PS4?
bunch. Yep, PS4.
Oh, cool.
PS4 exclusive.
I have a PS4.
So let's see. If you're just, well, I'll give that another minute. Well, one thing I know about the break, Zemi asked, how excited are you guys for Last Jedi?
I'm pretty excited. I don't know. Like they're not. I mean,
Oh wait,
they're-
do we have a Force Awakens hater in the room?
No, I'm not a hater at all.
No. I was
not-
talking more Lindsay.
I'm
Lindsay.
not a hater. I'm not a hater. I'm apathetic, and I'll tell you why. I guess and not that you have to be one or the other, but I'm so much more of an old Star Trek fan than Star Wars.
You're
It's just not.
Trekkie, not
It's
a-
just not my universe.
We have auto aim on? It's like we find
Yeah. We're on the easier difficulty,
Yeah, we're
so
making it
you
easier.
can murder things quickly.
Okay.
See what we've got here.
Yeah, I think I didn't see. How many have been out? Force Awakens. This
Yep.
is the sequel to Force Awakens.
Correct.
So I've seen it. Yeah. Okay. I guess I'm interested to see what Luke Skywalker's doing on that.
On that
On that mountain?
Irish island.
Yeah.
I really want to go to that island. It looks so cool.
But I'm
wait,
definitely
let me
not one of those
sound
people
for
who
this.
goes to open.
Oh yeah,
night.
so you'll see a little arrow pop up. It's at the top. There you go.
Yeah, and then it'll you have to hold it,
Just
and then
left.
it'll.
Just left a little more, I think.
Yeah.
A little more. There you go.
I'm not an opening night kind of gal. I'm a wait till things are comfortable and I can go to the theater and enjoy myself and not be, I guess there's certain movies that are fun to do that. You get a really high energy audience, but
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of an old lady too. Like I kind of just want
Old soul.
just stay off my lawn, and let me watch my movie in peace.
You don't want to hear people clapping and cheering and stuff in the middle of the movie.
I think that's fun, in kind of cheesy horror movies. I like an energetic crowd for that.
Okay.
I guess I don't know.
So.
Get off my lawn. I don't know.
You damn kids in your movie.
But I have watched the trailer for
Last Jedi.
Yeah, Last Jedi.
You're excited? No, Mike, you can take the kids.
They're not really into Star Wars.
Whose fault is that?
I started with the originals. I wasn't going to start with.
The prequels.
Yeah.
It's really weird how many kids have grown up with the prequels being their Star Wars movies.
Although I
we
will
talk to them a lot
say-
now.
My favorite Sith is Darth Maul.
It's true.
I mean, I don't know. Obviously Vader's a Sith, but there's something. He's on a different level, sort of.
Right.
Yeah.
He's just
What did I do for
supreme.
cheese? Have to grab something else here.
No, I think this is just a random encounter.
Oh, okay.
Although you can check the map, I think, by pressing the touchpad. Is that right? Yeah, there we go. So we have to do the big other two lanterns. Although there somewhere in there's an icon. We don't have to collect all those icons because that's just kind of.
Yeah,
I think we
just
can
the
just
big
go for the
ones.
big lanterns down at the other area because those are the three main objectives. If you collect all those little icons around the map, which is fun if you're have time to sit here and play around this map for an hour, which we do, but we'll keep progressing.
Yeah. we'll
You
keep
do
that.
get you unlock a special thing that lets you know when treasure is nearby, which is very useful for me because I'm always I miss treasure but when my controller chirps at me and tells me there's a treasure nearby, I'm much better at finding it.
I can tell you what movie I am excited to see, and I probably will see this weekend, is Disaster Artist.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah. If anybody knows, if anybody's...
Can you tell people what it is if they don't know? out there?
if anybody's seen the movie The Room, not Room, but The Room, it's kind of a cult classic known to be one of the worst movies ever made, and
You can check your map.
you can actually see it in some theaters out here in
Yeah,
LA, like midnight screenings, and it's one of those kind of audience participation movies, like Rocky Horror. People kind of they bring plastic spoons and throw them at the screen. People play football in the middle of the audience. They do all these silly things during the movie. But James Franco, Judd Apatow, Seth Rogen, Dave Franco, they're all in a movie basically about the making of that movie. And it looks amazing, and
Yeah, it looks pretty funny.
I'm really excited about it.
So opening weekend for that movie then.
I will be, yeah. I'll be midnight screening. No, I might go see a matinee. I don't anticipate it'll have the crowds that
So we've already done that one.
the Last Jedi has, but it should be fun.
Straight across.
Portal Player says he's not super hyped about Last Jedi. Anastasia says she isn't either.
You want to drive? I'll kill things.
Okay.
So definitely, you can check the map if
Oh,
you
yeah,
need
where's
to.
the map?
Press the touchpad.
Oh.
Anastasia says I love Star Wars, but mostly because of Clone Wars and Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah, Clone Wars is terrific.
Where
So
are
is
we?
Rebels actually. So we're that red thing
Oh,
up
I
at the
see, I
top. So
see.
you need to go kind of straight south or straight ahead and then turn leftish to get
So I
down.
want to go to that big.
Actually, you want to go to the two lanterns.
Oh,
at
the
bottom.
lanterns. Okay, so I'm gonna go. Maybe I'll go
Straight
straight
for a long
to
time.
the
Go
right.
straight and then turn. You could go right or you
And
could
go
turn
right or
left
left.
at the river. Basically, if you go straight, follow the river down a little bit and then go.
Okay.
Game Anim says climb to the top of the tower and wait. Oh, maybe there's some little thing
Game
there.
Anim.
That must
Is that
be.
who I think it is?
Who do you think it is?
Jonathan Cooper.
Is that Jonathan Cooper? You can say yes or no. Gold Talisman, Klinghoffer 7, Crispo 123, Squatch Live, Technophils, and Zarkin. Thank you all for the follows. Appreciate that, everybody.
Okay, here's the
Super Smash says, James, will you be at PSX? I don't know, maybe. You know,
Ooh,
the
I'm-
PS blog said Insomniac will be there, so they usually don't lie. It's a busy weekend. Let's see. Gold Talisman. What? Good luck getting more hints from me then. What? Oh, I missed the hints earlier. Sorry, Gold Talisman. That's my fault. We're talking. Which one are you most excited for? Avengers: Infinity War, Star Wars, Star Wars, or Incredibles 2?
Incredibles 2.
Yeah, I
For
figured
me.
that's where Lindsay was.
That's
gonna go.
like, that was the movie in college that we would just put on loop while we animated, and I actually don't even care for lots of animated movies at this point anymore because they make so many, but that was part of a magical time when we would get one movie a year, and it was so great, and Brad Bird, and
I think that's my favorite Pixar movie.
yeah, so I absolutely will see that.
I would put Star Wars, but that's because I'm a huge Star Wars fanboy.
Uh-oh.
I mean, all three seem really
Oh,
good. I
God.
think
Who's this
Incredibles
guy?
being a sequel, sort of.
How do you switch guns?
So
I mean, I love The Incredibles. It's one of my favorite Pixar
Yeah,
movies.
sure.
But I'm less like it's kind of like I don't know if I
The
needed a
sequel?
sequel to that movie.
Yeah.
Like I'm intrigued.
Oh,
I'll go,
sorry,
I will
wasn't
be
going.
there. Man, you're just burning through our gold ammo, aren't you?
I'm
I think you need to go climb up that gold front thing that you saw.
Oh, okay.
I think you could probably climb that. Are you at the right spot?
I'm at a tower.
Okay.
So on Star Wars, real quick question.
Yeah.
What do you think the whole Last Jedi thing is? Like,
What do you mean?
Who do you think the Last Jedi is?
no.
Oh, it's Luke.
Oh no.
But
No! Somebody's still.
no, you got it. Go.
I don't want to do it.
Luke's the Last Jedi. I've actually tried to stay very spoiler free. Too.
Yeah.
So
I have a theory, and it's based on the last trailer that I saw when she takes what's his name's hand.
Oh, well, if she does, that could have been cut to like
It's true.
two
It's
completely
true.
different scenes. Like I'm not convinced that there wasn't some severely misleading editing in that trailer. In fact,
yeah.
I'm
Of
convinced
course.
there was
There
I
severely
definitely
hope there is
misleading
because
editing.
I feel like trailers give way too much away, and I understand people that don't watch trailers for movies they really care about because they give away so much.
Okay, so you want to get out here and it's shooty time.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Because that's why
I'm
when you
ahead
see
of
the
you.
military jeep there of the bad guys. Are you thinking like Kylo and Rey come together against both?
I think that there's going to be something about so like Jedi are like similar to like priests, right? In the sense that like I've never seen one with a significant other than
Anakin.
sorry, yeah, him.
Yep.
And he was like rebelling. So I'm wondering if there's like something to
You gotta go back
that.
to the jeep and bring the.
Sorry, I'm
wench.
talking about it instead of playing the game. Sorry.
Yeah, that's why I'm helping you.
I think there's something to like the fact of
Once more.
there's something in the middle. It's okay to be like
Oh,
something in the middle
like
between a
like
Sith
gray
and a-
between the gray between the white
Yeah.
and the
Well,
dark.
because
Life's
all,
not black and white.
No,
all,
absolutely.
all
A lot of
human
colors
beings are
between
dark
them.
and light, and those are some of my favorite movies. Is when you kind of end up watching the movie and you go, everybody kind of sucked a little in that movie as a human being, and you're like, oh yeah, because that's like real life. Like, not everybody is benevolent or you know.
Oh, she was driving.
Yeah, she's got it covered for her.
She busted down. Sweet.
I feel like Kylo is can have redemption, right? He could come around.
I don't know,
Killed
man.
Indiana
Stabbing
Jones,
Han
man.
Solo through the chest is pretty.
Yeah,
Stabbing your
you're
own
right.
dad, killing your own dad, and then the trailer wants to make you think he's killing his own mom too.
Oh really?
Yeah, I mean, there's that whole scene in the trailer where it's like, I mean, again, which I don't believe,
I still want to dive off this.
but you just broke down the door. Zarkrin says, "What was it like when Insomniac and Naughty Dog were working in the same office building back when?" I don't know.
That was like so long ago.
Yeah, you're talking like Jack.
there for that?
Like, no, I
It
wasn't.
was like 96 or something like that. when they
So
were
98,
Universal.
99, yeah, like
no.
Spyro Crash. Oh, you may, yeah, they're shooting at you from above. You may want to go to your right.
Oh,
man,
jeez.
oh man.
Well, it's fun when they fall towards you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
That's great. Ron's Pies says if you play one of the few that played Battlefront 2 campaign, it strongly teases Ray's parents. I disagree 100%. I think that is a completely false thing. I cannot imagine Ray's parentage would be revealed in Battlefront, nor that it would be made up characters in Battlefront. I'm sorry, and I enjoyed the story in the Battlefront campaign. There's no way. I think they were just trying to give some stuff, or even red herring that, but it would blow my mind if that's where Ray's parents came from out of all that. There's no way. Not to go all super Star Wars nerd. Maybe we should talk about Star Trek Discovery for a little while.
Oh, I'm not. I've yet to watch that, but I've heard wonderful things.
It's really good.
I have there's just
especially if you like ambiguous moral gray characters.
Yeah, I love
Discovery's got a lot of moral it's not the squeaky clean Star Trek captain who only does the right thing. Yeah, none of that. Oh.
Jeez.
I think you just gotta try and get up there and pull his ass down.
Come on.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes.
He's countering.
Oh.
No. Wow.
I forgot how to do that.
Oh.
Where's it starting me out? Okay, cool.
Got the gun you want?
Hold on, I'm looking for.
Your boy Ellis, thank you for the follow. I wonder if that's who I think it is. Oh, Austin Raymond said he personally hopes Kylo goes to the light side while Rey goes to the dark side.
Oh, that'd be
I don't
pretty
necessarily hope Rey goes to the dark side, but I guess you're right though. He did kill Han Solo, so
Yeah.
who is his father? Right? He's Han and Leia's kid.
He's Han and Leia's son, Ben Solo. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just because to me his character just kind of comes off like a moody teenager that he'll just get through it. Every teenager is moody. He pouts like a teenager.
He's way better at that than Anakin was though in the prequels.
Sure,
I
absolutely.
think this seems like it was by design. He's supposed to be immature, whereas I don't know about the first.
But it's good. It's almost that's what's kind of frightening about it. It's kind of I don't know.
That you're training these hormonal teenagers into these essentially.
It's a scary thing in this world if you
responsibility.
Well, if you kind of get somebody at that age when they're kind of angry and hormonal and all these things, and then you
train them to be
them to be bad,
or not even bad, just you give them the power to kill a ton of people and destroy a ton of things.
Yeah, it's kind of a scary thing.
We don't hand teenagers guns very often. Well, it depends on what part of the country, I suppose.
Yeah, we do. But we won't go into that. But
so now you can be. I did this whole segment when I played the game. I did this entire segment via stealth. Yeah, I killed every single guy in stealth, and I felt really, really good about
That's
it.
Cool.
In this game or
in this
this exact setup when I played it at home.
Too late.
Oh, you may have got him. You may have got him in
Not
time.
too late.
Oh, watch out! There's two guys looking. All right, sneak around. You can actually sneak around with the tall grass and stuff, and luring them and everything. Oh yeah, it's great. Oh, but he found the body.
Oh, there's a body. Everybody over here.
Yeah, but at least they're just all on alert.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was pretty sweet. That was a cool animation.
I thought that was
yeah, no, that was a bad guy too. I'm wait, but what bad guy would be crawling towards
over.
you? Someone's gold talisman says instead of killing everyone, go to the gate crank and open it in stealth and run for the bridge. Well, okay, that's one way of doing it. All right, well we're going loud.
He's blowing our cover.
We're going loud. We got it on easy with
That's
some auto aim,
do.
so we can get through this no problem.
Well, I guess I never thought about that. If you're playing hard, it might be good to do stealth.
It does help on the harder difficulties. It does help if you can eliminate some of the guys and clear out an area, so they're not going to as easily flank you. Because if a lot of these, when you start moving around, you get guys behind you. You don't know where they're coming from anymore. That's one of the things I love about Uncharted's combat, in that it has these sort of kind of arena-y feels. So it's not And again, I like Call of Duty fine, but it's not that linear corridor where you kind of know you can use the edge of the map to protect yourself. You can still do that to some extent here, but guys sneak around on you and sneak up on you really easily. So if you try and hunker down in one spot, they'll come around behind you and start lighting you up.
Clear. All right, where's this gate?
Oh, see, that was easy. No problem.
It's pretty easy with auto.
Portal player, I don't understand your question, so can you rephrase it? Like,
Where's this gate?
I don't understand.
Oh,
There's a crank somewhere. Ron's Pie says, I like the way Wolfenstein rewards stealth. There's another good example of it. Like, I think games where it gives you a little bit of an option. People are asking about focus on women, and I'm not exactly sure what the question is.
In
life, yeah, that's what I'm trying to, like, why is there so much focus on women
game?
now? Why wasn't there a focus on women before? Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what do you mean? Be more specific if you can, so I can answer, everyone can answer your question.
Yeah.
Like,
Is it because all the Naughty Dog games, well, I'd say all of them, but like the last few games Naughty Dog's done is focused on the female. Like in terms of like Last of Us, Ellie was a huge character. This, Left Behind.
I mean, Horizon Zero Dawn had a female lead.
Totally.
You know. Yeah, I would be curious to see what you say. Mayo Wajo said, how'd you guys like the Infinity War trailer? Sorry if it's already been answered. I thought it was really cool. These two haven't seen it yet. I'll make them watch it afterwards. It's good. I'm excited for that movie. It's weird that like in May next year you get an Avengers movie and a Han Solo movie in the course of like 3 weeks.
Oh yeah.
It's a busy 3-week period. The question, Ron's Pie. Well, okay. Let's see if Portal player responds first, but I will take the question, Ron's Pies.
Oh.
Oh, don't you love that when the bridge
Come
collapses
on,
and you have to go around?
Oh, definitely. Figured you'd want to take the easy way over.
Ron's Pie. Okay, so Ron's Pie's take on the question is, why are developers choosing to tell more female-focused stories now?
I think more girls play games now.
More and more women
Sure.
are playing games. I think initially a lot of things were targeted towards men and sort of alienated women, or at least there was probably a lot of women playing, but we weren't seen as visible as gamers. And I think developers are realizing that having a female lead doesn't necessarily mean it's a female-centric game. And in fact, I remember hearing it was a woman who'd worked on the Uncharted series was talking about how not making games specifically towards men or women, when you make them universal, they're some of the most beloved games. And that's what I think I love about Uncharted is the whole series, is that it's never felt targeted towards either, and it's just a great game. And I think in the spirit of diversity and having representation, I think it's great that developers are having people of color leads, women, different things that we've never seen before, and it's far more interesting than kind of the same generic hero. And I think they're seeing that people are liking it, and it's profitable, and it's bringing in new types of gamers, and so. Right now there may be a little more focus on women. It may be something else in the future, but that's kind of where we're at right now.
Yeah, last gen had the classic bald space marine was like everything.
Yeah, and I saw somebody on there talking about there are more women in studios and there's more diversity in studios, and so when you have more diversity in the decision making, you're not going to just. I think it was part of lack of diversity. It's going, well, we're all making these games, and this is...
Oh, it's puzzle time.
Puzzle time.
Yeah, and this is who we are. So when you get more voices, you get kind of more interesting things.
And I think in some levels, like authenticity, where like a lot of guys probably, like if it's a studio full of guys, they might have a hard time telling that story.
Yeah,
and representing that in a way that makes sense, because they just don't. If you don't live it and you haven't known it, you may not be the best person to do it. So as you have more people involved who can like authentically speak to that, then
totally.
it allows for those stories to start to come through in a better way.
Totally.
I think like you see it in a lot of not just games with women, but also like look at like Black Panther or
exactly. we're just finally we're catching up on a lot of missed time of representing other people. So,
Which, by the way, that looks awesome.
Yeah, Black Panther.
looks
I'm
so
really,
cool.
really excited. I might be more excited about Black Panther right now than I am Infinity War, to be honest. Like, I think that, like, that movie, it's probably because it's closer, but, like, I'm really, really excited to see that movie.
Here we go.
I
It's
just
easy to be
watched.
more-
I just watched 42, which stars the guy I guess who's playing Black Panther. It's really good.
Yeah, that was good.
I catch up on. I'm always watching random movies from long ago. Although I don't know how long ago that one was.
42 isn't that long ago. I feel like I watched it on a
I'm always behind a little.
It's hard to stay caught up on everything these days.
There's too much content. Too many games, too many shows, too many movies.
Yeah. Comics, books on top of all that.
Yeah.
Good God. Game Anim asks Mike, how do you draw the animations in games?
We used to have this joke, a bunch of us. We'd just like turn around and be like, hey, look at this, I need some critique or whatever. And we just had this joke where we'd be like, did you draw that? Oh, that's great. What's up, man? How's it going?
You now definitely know who that is. Why did Quark say read it and weep Nathan Drake at the annual Interactive Achievement Awards? I think because Nathan Drake takes home a lot of those trophies every year, so it was Quark being Quark. I'm pretty sure that's what he said. I feel like I kind of vaguely remember, but definitely was a joke about Naughty Dog and Uncharted winning all the trophies at the AIAS Awards. Or I think they're called the DICE Awards now. I don't know. But that would definitely be why Quark would have made that joke. And I assume TJ Fixman would have wrote that, and he was pretty tight with Amy Hennig, so I'm sure it was also a joke between them too. Logan1194 said let MJ be an equal to Peter rather than a damsel in distress in Insomniac Games. Well, I think we've talked about how MJ is a talented reporter for the Daily Bugle and definitely has her, his work is on the case and has her own.
She's more than capable.
Yep, she's more than capable. That's a good way of putting it. So
Where'd she go?
she went across. I think you can jump across that
Oh, no.
if you run and jump. I think you'll make it.
Okay.
No promises, but
Okay.
yeah. I was like, that looks like just long enough
Yeah.
that
Sometimes
you'll get the
it's hard to
superhuman
tell.
jump, and then I think you can turn left because the door that Mike, right behind you. If you turn left, there's a door that opened that Mike saw earlier. It's the classic video game shortcut back down to the beginning of the area. That fortunately these temple builders in these mountains were fortunate enough were able to put in for us.
Yeah, the puzzles that these people in the Uncharted universe, they had so much time to build these such elaborate puzzles. It's so cool.
We were joking about the saw blades in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade before the show started. I never actually thought about that. They're like, yeah, where did they get
They're
saw
like
blades?
shiny skill saw blades.
Where do they
on
get
the
these
floor.
like machined saw blades? Like, that's interesting. I never thought about that, but that's a good point. I'm never going to be able to unsee that now.
Last tower.
So you want to
So
follow along the cliff wall through the Great Lake, basically, to
So
that
I'm gonna
last.
turn.
If you're just tuning in, this is Insomniac Live, our show where we have Insomniac devs and we play various video games. Our games, old games, new games, whatever. Today we're playing Naughty Dog's Uncharted The Lost Legacy, picking up where we left off. I'm here with Mike Yosh and Lindsay Thompson, who are both animators here at Insomniac. Mike used to work at Naughty Dog. He worked on every Uncharted game and Last of Us until this one. So we're playing an Uncharted game he didn't work on for the first time. Although I guess there was also the Vita one, right? That you guys didn't do. Someone that was
That was Bend.
yeah, Sony Bend.
Golden Abyss.
Yes, that was a good start to the Vita with that game for sure. It definitely.
Is that the other
pretty
tower?
cool.
That's it, right?
Check your map again. I think you want to go further to the right. Yeah, you want to turn to the right because you're heading
Oh,
up.
I'm
You're
going
heading.
the
You're
other
heading
way.
like
I'm going the other
northeast,
way.
and you want to head like due east. So you definitely want to turn to the right a little bit.
190.
So I want to go.
You want to drive through this big lake, kind of slightly to your left.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. This is actually pretty cool. I love that you can drive. This is like this really shallow
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
water,
wetlands.
and you're driving through. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful out here. This is your first visit to India.
Not that way though.
That's not good.
You're lucky that the The video game Invisible Wall God saved you there.
Yeah, I kind
Ooh.
of let go of the controller there too.
It'd be pretty cool if you just like went off the cliff. Someone said, I don't know, I may have missed some of the chat. Ron Spice said, I don't think there's anything forced about taking two established characters and giving them their own game, at least in the context of Uncharted. I totally agree. I think this game makes complete sense to me. I think it's really cool. Ratchet Extreme, why'd you guys not tell Nolan North about the little diss you threw at his character? Was he upset about it? I can't imagine him being upset about it.
What diss? Like, what was that?
Well, I guess it was Captain Quark saying, read it and weep, Nathan Drake. I don't know, it's Captain Quark. You can't take anything Captain Quark says seriously.
I really doubt Nolan
I don't think
took it
Nolan's
that way.
at home
Yeah,
crying about it.
Nolan works with us too, so if he was upset, he could go talk directly to TJ Fixman, who I'm sure wrote the line.
Yeah.
Because Nolan did. If you just watched our Crack in Time stream last week, we even saw Nolan. Or was that this week? Was that Monday? Corey, I don't know.
Yeah, it was.
It was Monday.
Yeah.
All right. Well then, yeah, we even had Nolan North. Sigmund was in the game right around, assuming that same time. Name 333. Is it true most employees do not actually have insomnia, or is that a rumor? Either of you suffer from insomnia? Because I don't.
No.
I sleep like a baby.
I mean, as an adult, that kind of just comes with the territory, I guess. A little bit of insomnia.
We have a puppy, so
Oh, what kind?
I've had a Chiweenie.
Wait, so is that
It's a miniature dachshund.
Dachshund Chihuahua?
Chihuahua. So she's like this big.
Well, that's fun.
And
How old?
well, 7 or 8 weeks.
Oh, it was like real
Little
puppy, like
puppy.
like
When
you're
my
not
wife
you're not
brought it
sleeping at
home.
all.
She was visiting family in South Carolina, and she just texted me.
I got a dog.
She's like, "I'm bringing a dog home." I'm
Oh,
like,
no.
What? And when she brought it home, like it was literally like I could fit it in my hand. It was like I've seen many rats in the subways in New York that were much bigger. They're still much bigger than this dog. So there's always that constant like watch where you're walking around the house.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
that's terrifying.
But yeah, she kept us up for a couple of weeks. But
Yeah, because that like when they're at that age, they have to go out about every 2-3 hours or so.
Should I just get out?
You kind of want to drive up,
Okay.
but you need to
probably not
drive.
the way.
So you kind of have to like imagine it like you're going up a switchback where you need to like drive up the water. Actually, you need to go around the other side of the waterfall, I
do?
think. But you have to kind of switch back it up if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you have to keep going back and forth to get up this.
Yes.
Because it's
mud is slippery.
Yeah, you gotta find those little.
Stating the obvious, but
Well,
Which they say I just signed my resignation because I said I don't have insomnia. Okay, well, one thing I've been.
That would suck. Whoops. If they only had.
Ron Spy with the related question: is it true that everyone at Naughty Dog is indeed a dog? I mean, in name,
yeah, kind of. I mean,
dogs were allowed at least for a long time. I don't know if
yeah,
they still
yeah. I remember I brought
I'm
some of my
stuck.
two of my
I'm
dogs
stuck
in the
in-
office.
Bad place. I'm
Once,
stuck between a rock and a hard
and
place.
Evan had his dog there often, Pogo,
are. Yep.
years back, and Christoph had Trumpet in there all the time.
Are dogs no longer allowed?
I don't think so. I think there's like insurance reasons why the
Oh,
the
can't.
building didn't like it or something like that.
Uh,
Boo-hoo to them, but
I would.
Am
I
I
would
going
save.
away?
Yeah, you're going the wrong way now. I would save so much money every month if I could just bring my dog to work.
I remember there was this one time
Whoops.
when Pogo went through my garbage can and started choking on like a bone that I had thrown in there from food, and all I could think of was like, oh my god, it's gonna be my fault that the president's dog
died.
dies from that.
Ooh, yeah.
He was fine, or he was fine,
But
was
it,
frightening.
you got real close.
yeah. For a moment,
Okay,
I was
so should I go straight?
Yeah, you want to cross that water, I think, and then find another way to like
Oh,
get
I
up.
see, I
Yeah,
see.
so you're like just constantly trying to like find ramps to get up to the top of these waterfalls. I think.
I'm not good at driving a Jeep.
I still want to go to this place in real life.
Yeah.
It'll be awesome. Like,
You know, you had it all to yourself.
rent a Jeep and just
Yeah.
drive around in water like this would be so cool. You can kind of do a little bit of that in Hawaii, but not quite this off-roady. Oh, maybe not
Yeah,
that
it's
way
not-
though. I don't know. We may have to check the map. I think we're close though. I know, or maybe it's that ramp up there.
Okay, so I'm like there.
You're down at the bottom, so you just got to get up this hill. So maybe you see that dirt trail
Oh.
ahead of you. You might want to go up that.
They're always tricking you. It's always like right behind you,
Yeah.
or it's like through a waterfall.
Corey, are you giving Remaster Resistance more crap? Are you teasing him? We haven't.
I told him we're not remastering it right now.
Yeah, that's true. We aren't remastering
Because
right
we're
now.
doing the stream.
Anastasia,
only-
what did you guys play on Friday? What did we play on Friday, Corey? Were you? I wasn't. No, we didn't play anything on Friday because we weren't here on Friday. It was Thanksgiving last week.
No. Oh, why do I keep
boy.
jumping out of the car?
Anastasia says she
Pushing
has
the button.
2 chihuahuas. So you just have dogs. You don't have
No,
cats.
we got everything.
We have a
You got-
kitty. Kitty named General Ping Pong.
I got another. It's a border terrier, Cairn terrier mix.
Uh-huh.
I got 3 cats.
Oh, that's a little.
So 3 cats and 2 dogs?
And 2 kids.
And 2 kids. So you're outnumbered.
Yeah, and everything is female.
Are they all dog? Yeah, that's like
Everything
my.
is female in my
That's
house.
how I
So-
grew up. 2 sisters, my mom, and female dogs.
So 2 girls, 3 female cats, 2 female dogs, your wife and you.
Yeah, it's taking some adjustments.
Funny, I would have never.
Well, I grew up in like all male household.
Really?
Growing up, like everybody, most of the women in my families were married in, so to speak.
Right.
So like, flip the switch on me. I like to think it's nature balancing itself out.
Yeah. You're making up for lost time. Now that looks pretty good, that lantern
That
right there. If you go
lantern
climb
looks
up that place,
promising.
I think you want to climb up and get out of the Jeep and climb that way. That's my guess. I'm hoping.
Yep.
Anastasia, don't worry if you missed Ratchet and Clank on Monday. You can just go click the video section on our Twitch and you can rewatch it. So, oh, Corey just told you that in the chat, so whatever. At Adelism and Coparola, thank you both for clicking the follow button. Appreciate that quite a bit.
Oh, there isn't a bad.
Oh, maybe the view will tell us where to go. I know we're close.
Ha.
There you hit that and swing in that general direction.
Oh yeah, so now you want to be careful not to. So
Oh, I gotta land on
Jump
these
quick.
things.
yeah. Oh,
Jump quick.
so there
Okay.
should be. So yeah, you need to get over there. So you want to try and make sure you land.
You want to do this?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you gotta do this
Slide,
quick
slide.
slide jump.
Of course, this is just gonna be a token or something, and not even where we need.
Right,
to
it's like a treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like
Wow,
no.
treasures. Oh,
Oh,
look
it
at
might
that,
be.
Look at that pottery.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
No, this might be something.
Oh,
No.
yep, it is just a token. It wasn't actually the thing. One of the things we don't need, but that's all right.
A lot of trouble to hide.
A throwing star.
Corvinus Reaper said, Mike, what game did you enjoy working on most while you were at Naughty Dog? That's like asking him to choose between his 2 daughters, 3 cats, 2 dogs, and wife, but let's find out.
No, I mean, it was kind of easy, honestly. Like, Uncharted 2 was really fun to work on because we were still a pretty small team. I mean, I kind of want to say it's either that or Last of Us. Last of Us was probably the one I was probably most proud of. But Uncharted 2 was... The subject matter for Last of Us was dark, so working on that for a long time kind of pulls a little bit out of you in a sense. But Uncharted 2 was fun
Yeah. That's
because
kind
we were
of
still small.
That's kind of even how I feel playing Last of Us compared to Uncharted. Like, I would have to like take a lot of breaks because just sometimes
Oh,
I would be
there's
excited to
gotta be
play
something in
games,
here.
but I
No, you got it. That was you got that token. That was the only thing. That's
how do
you,
you get-
can. There's 8 tokens to collect, so that's not the ultimate
So
goal.
how do
That's
you
not
get
the
out of
ultimate
it?
Yeah, where am I
shrine.
going now, dude?
So I
You
think
just
that
slide
she
down?
pulled the Jeep right down there for you.
Oh.
And then if we check the map, we still have to get to that that 3rd shrine or lantern or whatever.
Found another token.
Yeah, the tokens just ultimately unlock the bracelet, so we still have to get up. So
Behind
you're
me.
all oh yeah, we're all the way over there.
Way
We have to go
over
back over to that.
tower.
The tower?
I let us
So that
astray.
tower, yeah, that lantern in the lower right. You're over all
Oh,
the way
yeah.
on the right, and you got to get that lantern in the lower right.
Yeah, like I would be really excited to play Last of Us, but sometimes coming home from work after a long day and then knowing I was going to head into that dark world was like,
Stressful.
yeah, it was a little stressful. Whereas like Uncharted was a lot more lighthearted and it was
Oh,
easier
yeah.
to play more, longer.
Oh, no.
Now you can get out. You can get out.
One of the things, like when we actually that worked really well here when we were doing Resistance, because that was similar in a lot of ways, was that like most people are switching off, like only working on Resistance for a year and then switching to Ratchet for a year,
Yeah.
and so going back and forth. I think you're going the wrong direction
Yeah,
again.
that's what I'm checking them out.
Yeah,
Your sense of direction is spectacular.
I know. I'm like, no, this is right, and it's not.
yeah. My sense of direction is not too shabby.
Mine is better in real life than in video games.
Sorry.
Okay, you're heading back, so follow the river to
Slightly
the left.
left, yeah. But yeah, like I think any game like that, it's always nice when you can palate cleanse out of like, you know, Last of Us is a great experience, but then it's like you need to play something. Or it's like watching something like Requiem for a Dream. Yeah. Like
Yeah, or like I just binged Mindhunter, which was awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
But I was like, okay, now I gotta
back.
watch some Great British Bake Off.
Go back up there. Because you definitely want to go across the waterfalls up towards that mountaintop.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, if you go up and across. That's what I did last time, but then
James.
yeah, I had to like throw in.
I have
some-
played the game before too, so that helps a little bit. I know vaguely that we need to cross these waterfalls because you want to get up to the top of that mountain somehow.
Yeah, this is where I was at the edge.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if this is the right route. You may have to try and get up on top of the next set of waterfalls.
Oh wait, what
somehow.
about? No.
So actually, yeah, go back and go up again, and then cross those waterfalls.
Oh, that was those. What did I go wrong?
Yeah.
How
It's
did I
kind of
end up
like
all the way
deja
up there?
vu.
I must have gone left instead of right once I got up here.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think you did go left. You need to turn right and drive across that. Then where was my Spyro and Crash crossover? I don't know. We were making our own stuff, and then there was Jack and Ratchet, and they did have a weird crossover in PlayStation All Stars or something like
Is
that.
that it right there?
Yeah, you're gonna. So you're gonna.
So you need to,
turn
yeah.
on
If you turn right and cross the water, you should be up there. You need to just get as high as you can and then go right.
Yeah.
I think. So you may need to go up even a little bit further, but you may
Yeah,
not
I
be
think
able
I didn't
to.
go up
I think that may be the way down in the end.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So I think you need to go right and
Slip
go,
it and slide.
or now you're left, basically behind the screen.
Yeah.
So turn to your left. There you go, and cross that, because those temples are definitely the goal. There may be another way up through the water. There you go. Go up the water.
Yeah,
There
this
we
is where I went
go.
wrong. I don't know how I ended up way over there.
See, all right, now we found it. No, I think you just followed the path, and it took you over to
Parking
the.
thing in the water, huh?
You just followed the path, Lindsay, and it got you to the
Yeah.
token, because there is something over there to go do.
That won't flood your engine or anything. Or...
Trident of Ganesh.
This on the tower too.
Portal Player 4, so you guys are working on other games besides Spider-Man. The only thing we have announced is Unspoken. We're doing, for Oculus, we're doing a single-player mode for that game, and we've been updating that game for a year for free, which is pretty cool, thanks to Oculus, and that single-player update is coming soon. Breaker Fall 13 says, "What up, Big Mike?"
What up?
Who calls you Big Mike? Who's that?
I don't know.
I'm gonna start calling you Big Mike.
I assumed it was someone who knows you.
It
might be-
probably is, but I don't know.
It might be weird if it's someone who doesn't know
That
you.
would be a little strange.
Yeah, don't call me Big Lindsay.
Oh,
So that's gonna be a thing now. It's Rico.
he says it's Rico.
Yes, Rico. What up, brother?
Uh,
It's Texas.
Do you guys, from an animation, do you guys like the, I don't know if you've watched any of the Overwatch shorts? Because Anastasia was talking about how she hopes Blizzard makes a movie out of that, or makes a movie out of Overwatch because the shorts are so good.
Yeah.
It'd probably take them 40 years to do that.
Oh yeah, they're just like.
But it would be perfect when
it
it
would.
came out.
It would.
Yeah, their shorts are killer. Their animation and the CG that they put into those is mind-blowingly good.
Oh my gosh. It's crazy.
Super Smash, how many people working on Spider-Man? A lot. Most of the people who work at Insomniac are working on Spider-Man. And we have like 250, 240 employees between both Burbank and North Carolina. Code of Comics, what Uncharted game is your favorite, and if you could, would you change any one of the games in any way? 2's probably my favorite, I think. I wouldn't change them at all, I don't think. I don't think I would change anything. I think I've enjoyed all of them.
I think 2 was my favorite too, as well. It was the first one I played, and it was like, oh my god, this is what video games can be, and it got me kind of back in video games.
Mike, you don't even have to answer that question.
Yeah, I kind of feel weird answering the question, like, which is my favorite.
And what would you change?
I mean, any creative project you worked on, you look back at it, like, oh, I wish I did this, I wish I did that, you know. But
There's always a level.
in the end, like, luckily, all those games, like, all the players love them. So.
It wouldn't matter if you made even if you made I think the best game, if you made what everyone thought was the best game ever, you'd probably go back and look at it and be like, God, that seam right there, or this little thing, it just drives you nuts.
I remember looking at some stuff on some systems that we did on Last of Us for reference for Uncharted 4, just because you kind of forget exactly what you did. And we remember looking at it and we were like, oh God, we shipped it like this? It's terrible, you know?
Well, yeah, and that's the kind of the perils of working in a creative field and making art is you could literally work on it forever unless they cut you off. There's a few times in your life or your career where you finish something and you're like, that is so good, I'm so happy with that, but it's very rare. You usually wish you had another week or just more time to polish or make it better.
Yeah.
And with games, there's a lot of stuff to build, and you don't necessarily have the time that you have in film to polish, and so I'm sure we all would like to make every little transition smoother, all this stuff, but we do our best.
Yeah, it's
Water faucet. Ooh, that's cool.
the medium is all how much time you have. How much time you have, the resources you have, because it's as a commercial art venture, it's trying to get as much done as you can in the time you're allowed, make things as good as you can.
Yeah. All right, where am I going here, James?
So you need to, I think you need to go up top because there'll be somewhere on the top of one of these buildings is my feeling here. There should be a crank.
Okay.
Art is never finished, only abandoned.
Yeah.
I heard that in your accent.
Oh.
Oops. Oh, I always push the wrong freaking button.
So I think you can just climb any of these walls too.
Okay.
This should be. People are talking about James Arnold Taylor. If you're just tuning in, this is Insomniac Live. It's our live stream show, or going in that room, which we haven't been in. Maybe it's good. It's our live stream show where various Insomniacs play all sorts of video games. Today we have Mike Yosh and Lindsay Thompson, who are both animators here at Insomniac.
It's Yosh, by the way, just
my
to make it
God.
awkward.
I think
Mike
I've been calling
Yosh.
you Yosh too.
Jeez.
Yosh.
That's bad. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I usually ask on pronunciation.
It's about 50-50.
Mike Yosh.
Yosh.
Wow. And Mike used to work at Naughty Dog. He worked on every Uncharted game and Last of Us, but he didn't work on this one. So it's kind of fun for him to play this game. So you got to find. Oh, so you got to find 4 more of those basically. And they'll be on top of buildings and on the ground. So getting up high usually helps here in terms of finding them.
There's
one.
Sweet.
How about
Super Smash, the animation work in Naughty Dog games is just from another world. Well, it's actually from this world.
It's from Mike Yosh.
It is from this world. But it is
Not on the last few. There are a lot of other talented people that actually did the work. I lived in Excel and other task tracking things for a couple of games. So.
Yeah.
Did you... So what was that like for you transitioning? Did you enjoy doing that, or do you like being more hands-on with the actual work?
I enjoyed it, at the time. It's fun. I guess you kind of have a little more control, but it's not like we were controlling there.
Right.
We knew what was what's required when you're given. It's at any studio, right? You know what's required from the narrative. You know what's required from the gameplay standpoint. You have metrics if it's gameplay, or even in some cases some scripted cutscenes. You just have to adhere to them. And as someone who's managing, or if you're taking advice from management, it's about just keeping the person in bounds, because you want to keep everybody doing their thing and being creative with things, right? So You want everyone to feel like it's their game, and not like someone else's that you're doing for them. So,
Right.
and that can be tricky sometimes.
Yeah, because then you care more and you put
Yeah.
more effort into it.
Yeah,
It feels nice to have
invested.
agency.
Found you. Only one left.
One left. Okay.
Has anyone at Ron's Pies asked if anyone's read Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, which I think is Jason Schreier's new book, if I want to say that's correct.
Is that the Kotaku?
Yeah, the Kotaku author. I have not read it yet. I downloaded it, but I actually have not had a chance to read it. I will probably, if I don't read it in the next couple weeks, I'll probably read it over the break. But I am looking forward to it, and Jason's a cool dude, and we talk occasionally. Well, I'd say we talk like once a month or so on random stuff. So I'm a big fan of his work at Kotaku. There's a few like really. I mean, there's a bunch of people that do a lot of great work, but there's some guys that really get amazing stories in the video game industry. Him and like Patrick Klepek,
Last but not least.
Dean Takahashi occasionally gets some good stuff, but I always appreciate those guys that bring the real scoop about
Big wheel
things.
thing?
Much to a lot of people's chagrin at times. But they're reporters and they're doing their job. That's why I keep them close.
Keep your reporters close.
Keep your friends close and keep reporters even closer.
Goddamn right.
Remaster Resistance. What email was I supposed to give? I don't. I still haven't gotten an email from me. I don't know what email I'm supposed to send you. If you sent me an email and you're expecting a response, you should email me back. I don't know what we're talking about. MD Medizudi and Fallen Chad RS, thank you both for the follows. And Nanuke's Blood 4, thank you for the follow. Marcus Geistel, thank you also for the follow. I don't think I've called out any of those folks. So Coparola, I think I did that earlier. Thank you guys.
It's yes.
Oh,
Indeed. Wait, how do I
get that
there
tried
we
it.
go.
So you definitely want the bottom. You want to do it the other way because the
Yeah.
bottom is, you had it right. It's just opposite.
Just gotta spin around.
Oh, but you're good. It's nice when there's one that lets you spin the whole thing. So if
Now
you get it right.
where-
Now keep going one more.
Oh,
There
it's
you
got
go.
to face me.
There you go. Yeah. It's got that little thing on the edge at the very top there. It's the bottom of the
Oh, okay.
Hello, sir.
Super Smash. What can you tell us about the future of Ratchet, James?
Yep.
Nothing.
It was really fun to work on Ratchet PS4.
Shit. See?
Oh, that was a lot of fun.
Really fun.
You hurt. Just my dignity.
A bunch of people are talking about Jason Schreier being the ghost of the gaming industry, if he knows everything. I'm not sure if it'd be interesting. I'd be curious if he or Patrick Klepek knows more. I think those two, they're probably pretty close, would be my guess. But that'd be a fun like PAX panel to see who knows more secrets than the other.
Then they'd have to reveal all their
That's
secrets.
3.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem with that PAX panel.
You know. Thanks, Tommy.
So like no, on Uncharted, you guys did a lot of mocap.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So how do you work when you're combining, traditional keyframing type stuff along with mocap? How does that work for Uncharted or other games you worked on?
As long as you have the right. Oh, you mean the transition into using mocap?
Yeah, but then like also just like
My partner.
as an animator who has all this mocap data coming in, what's that?
I mean, mocap is animation. It's just keyframes are controls that drive a skeleton in a body, right? So if you have the right tools to work with the mocap, I mean, you're really just working with like super dense keyframes in a sense.
It's just a key on every frame.
Yeah, and it's not like say on Uncharted, and even here, like you don't just drop mocap in the game, like because if it was realistic, it's kind of boring. You want to make it more interesting, make it snappier, make it more responsive. If we just mocap the punch, it's going to take half a second or more for you to make contact, and that stinks. You want it to be a couple of frames. You want it to be as soon as you hit the button as a player. You don't want any anticipation. That's the enemy of a player animation set. You just want it to go and do it.
Yeah. Even with our realistic stuff, if you've just got people kind of hanging around, we have to edit the data. We have to clean it up. We've really yet to develop a good system for capturing fingers. So we have to do a lot of cleanup, and there's always feet and arms, and let's say you shoot it on a guy that's maybe smaller than the character that you're putting it on. Sometimes you got to fix his body and the stature, and you've got to improve upon poses, and so we put quite a bit of work into it, even when it's something that's realistic.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, but it is very helpful when you're doing realistic stuff, because keyframing from scratch this hyper realistic stuff is really tough.
It would be impossible.
Yeah,
It's too much content.
Yeah, and it would never look as good.
Yeah, I mean, I think we switched on Resistance. I think Resistance 1 was all keyframe.
Wow.
And I think
It
Resistance
looks like
2,
it.
yeah.
From what I remember, it's been so long since I
Yeah.
played it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that was, but that was the whole thing at the time, right? Like, all Ratchet and Clank was keyframed, and then, like, well, we'll make Resistance, I'll just keyframe it all. And I think Resistance 2, if not Resistance 2, by Resistance 2, by Resistance 3, we had switched to mocap for all the human stuff, which just, you have to do. And then, like, you try and do humans and performance capture becomes such a big deal to actually get realistic faces and timing that all up with, getting the emotions across. Which again, you're going to go clean it all up, but it's like you give yourself such a boost. Oh, we got to fight our way out.
Yep.
This is probably our last fight, given the time.
Yeah, well, that's also another good example of combining the two was Sunset Overdrive, because Sunset was really stylized, so we did shoot mocap for it.
Fucking cheating.
Because of the autoing.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, like Sunset was realistic in a sense of the body mechanics, and they were human characters, but they were very stylized, so we would push everything. All the data we shot, we'd push it and make it a little more stylized. And then Ratchet was entirely keyframed, and that was super, super fun.
Ron's Pie says you need to straddle the line of realistic and responsive in a way that makes sense both thematically and gameplay-wise.
Exactly.
Very well said.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you have to do. Yeah.
Can you imagine if AAA devs still free keyframed cutscenes? Ha ha ha.
It was cartoony.
Yeah, I mean Ratchet.
Well, we do. We keyframed all of our cinematics for Ratchet, and it was a blast. It was so much fun, and
and we did it efficiently too. I think,
we did. It was
based on the amount of work and
Oh my
budget
God.
and everything.
We
Like that was
somehow-
super efficient.
we somehow got through it pretty well, and
Ron Spies. Wait, you keyframed Ratchet PS4?
We
Yeah,
did.
yeah, damn straight we
yes,
did.
we did.
Well, damn, good job.
A little mocap nugget. I'm pretty sure Damon Shelton did a talk at GDC on The Last of Us a couple years back. I think he said we had 13 million frames of mocap data that he processed, at least for The Last of Us. I'm pretty sure.
13 million frames.
Yeah.
So that's 60 frames a second. Well, I guess no,
No,
30.
it was 30, but
Still, wow. So you're still talking
I
100.
don't know if we used it all. I know we had 100 and something mocap shoots that we had to do over the course of 3.5 years.
330,000, 40. So that's like, Jesus, 40,000 a second. Wow, that's
We
crazy.
previsited a lot of stuff kind of in mocap too, because we had the stage and just used it a lot.
Is there a way to run?
I think if you hold down X, maybe, or maybe you hold down or bump left thing, and then I think if you
Sprint?
press down on the D-pad, it should highlight where the car is for you.
No, there's no sprint.
Or maybe it's not
blurry?
down on the D-pad.
Why is my map blurry?
Maybe because you're like standing in. Oh, there you go. It might have also been.
Oh, I'm over here.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if you press down on the D-pad, is that right? Or maybe it's R3. There's some button that will highlight the car. Will point you and highlight where your car is at. I don't know if it's down on the D-pad.
Yeah.
Or left.
Oh, there it
is.
is.
There you go.
I was
Yep.
doing that. It wasn't showing me.
So then you just gotta walk back over the car. I think Orchard Thief said, I think Cliffy B once said in old EGM mag, aka 2006, that if games become photorealistic, they should have Renaissance level visual quality to it, as total realism would end up boring. I don't know if that's true. I think
Depends
it's
on what you're making.
Exactly. It depends on what you do with it, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone like a David Cage or something. But again, it all depends. Because I think Horizon Zero Dawn uses this fantastic, similar to this in some ways. They want this environment to kind of feel like, National Geographic plus. Kind of like the most perfect environment you've ever seen all the time. Whereas someone like David Cage making a Heavy Rain game might be totally fine doing very grounded, realistic stuff.
I like
but-
Heavy Rain.
And Ron Spies just brought up Horizon Zero Dawn 2, which is another one. or which is, like I said, the game that kind of has that. It's realistic, but it's not photoreal. It's its own like hyper. It's kind of hyper realistic or hyper realism or its own.
And that's a decision that is made in the beginning of a production of what do we want to go for? Do we want hyper realism? Do we want a little stylized realism? You know.
Yeah.
And we make sure to stay on.
And you have to knowing your technical limitations, and then also kind of what you're making and thematically how it's all going to work. I mean, I think you go look at the Spider-Man footage we've shown, and I think that has its own style to it too, even though it's also trying to be somewhat realistic, and
it is.
It's not going to be photoreal, but it's trying to present this realistic New York City, but also use its own style.
Yeah.
Brandon Winfrey's in the chat, going hype, hype, hype. Good to hear from you, Brandon. How are you still a moderator? What is that all about?
Where am I supposed to go now?
I think you then end up going to the circle. We aren't going to make it there today, though.
Okay.
But we did clear this whole... Like I said, this level is gigantic. That's the one crazy thing. It's this huge open space, which is really cool. Remaster Resistance. Should you consider making a rival to Call of Duty? You know, something in the FPS genre, maybe about aliens. Good luck, Remaster Resistance, man. You know, I won't get tired of telling you no, or I don't have any news if you don't get tired asking. So, Orchard Thief said it would look boring or creepy like Rogue One's Peter Cushing. You know, I think they got really close with Peter Cushing.
Yeah.
They're not quite there. There's moments where it could fool you.
Minor spoiler alert, but what did you all think of the character that was in Blade Runner? I thought it was not quite there either. I think it's tough.
Yeah, I think it's Blade Runner was also tough. Where it was like, and it's also like, I think honestly the funny thing is if you didn't know that Peter Cushing was dead, like if someone saw that movie and didn't know, I think it might fool them.
Especially
the Kurt Russell in Guardians 2 was really good too.
Although apparently that was mostly practical.
Oh no.
I don't know how they did it.
Yeah,
they
like
pulled
apparently,
it off. Apparently
his makeup person is brilliant. Like because most of it was practical.
It makes
in
sense because it seemed too good.
Yeah. And then you also have someone there to animate, whereas like Peter Cushing, you're rebuilding from scratch.
I mean,
but
I didn't see that. I didn't see behind the scenes, but he was probably there, and they probably put markers on his face and stuff like that, just so they could.
Oh, you mean, there was an actor there, but I mean, still, like, there's not,
you know,
if you have Kurt Russell's actual face on set, you're just making it up. Like, it's a lot easier than trying to digitally impose. And then face matching is really difficult too. You have to match up an actor's face who you have on set and doing performance capture to a different face, and trying to match those things is a challenge. So, yeah, it's interesting. Ratchet Extreme, one person who was in the Crazy Ride music video is in the chat, Brandon Winfrey, but I think I was in there briefly at the end.
I was working here for that, but I did not end up in the video.
The 15 the pinball one I helped sing back up on.
Okay, wait. I don't have any ammo.
Yeah, you got 2 grenades.
How do I shoot grenade? Because I always accidentally throw them.
L2.
Yeah, L2 or L1 maybe.
Yeah,
Hold down L1. I don't know. Well, guys, we're almost out of time. Any last thoughts, comments to everyone in the chat? I don't know. Mike, is it weird playing Uncharted?
No, it's awesome. It's because, I mean, it's fun playing Uncharted as a player, strictly as a player.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome so far.
Cool. Now you can go home and play the rest over the holiday break.
Yeah.
Maybe get through it all. Assassin 800, Cool Wally 13, always improvised. Thank you all for the follows. I appreciate that. We're coming back on Friday. We're going to be playing some Assassin's Creed Origins, and then we've got some fun shows next week. Monday, I don't know exactly what we're doing, but I think we're going to be doing Resistance 3 Friday next week with Marcus and writer John Paquette. And Wednesday, we're going to be experiencing a new level of agony and pain as we eat some exceptionally hot Nashville hot chicken and then try to race. So if either of you guys are into spicy,
No.
I'd love to be in here and watch it.
I would love to watch. I will be tuning in.
It's going to be bad. I don't know if I can do it, but
Where are you getting the chicken from?
Howlin' Ray's.
I've always wanted to try it, though.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. I have a pre-order group every month, and I bring chicken in, and it's the best. And that's how I skip the line. Apparently, the Avengers Infinity War trailer has 22 million views already, which is bonkers. Remaster Resistance, I love you guys. You make amazing games. Please keep at it. Well, thanks. So, thank you guys for tuning in. And Lindsay, any last thoughts? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off before I gave you a chance.
Nope.
Oh, that's a good spot to end right there. All right, let's see you guys on Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific for Assassin's Creed Origins. Catch you guys later. Bye.